Hello everyone, I'm now in this video, this is part 2. I'm going to be going through some of the twists and turns they could put into these equations to try and trip you up. The key thing for every one of these is for us to follow our 4 steps. If you follow them in that order, you will be fine. So let's have a look at the first one. 2x squared plus 14x plus 20 equals 0. You need to first of all make sure the equation equals 0. So here, step 1, yes. Then we look at step 2. Is it a single bracket? So we look at every term. Now there's not an x in every term, but look at the numbers. What number goes into 2, 14 and 20? It is, of course, the number 2. So that means I can put a 2 in front like that. Now I haven't finished. Let me go back. Make sure equals 0? Yes. Is it a single bracket? Yeah. I'm now looking at what's in here. Now I'm going to cover step 3 in a couple of questions time, but I'm now going to see, does this go into double brackets? 1 and 10, 2 and 5. Because of course I'm looking for numbers that multiply to make positive 10 and add to make positive 7. So what I have here, I can see here the numbers multiply to make a positive, and they will add to make also a positive, so I'm looking for plus and plus. Numbers that multiply to make 10 but add to make 7 will be 2 and 5. As the signs are the same, it does not matter which way round they go in. I'm now going to do what I did in the last video, make each section equal 0. So I've got x plus 2 equals 0 and x plus 5 equals 0. Now I need to also consider this little bit at the front. If I write down 2 equals 0, does that make sense? No. So I'm going to ignore it in this case, but I will not ignore it in every case, as you will see. So now I'm just going to solve these two. So x equals minus 2, x equals minus 5, and they are my two answers to the top equation. Now let's follow the procedure again for the second question. Make sure the equation equals 0. It does not. So I'm going to sort that out first. I'm going to take away 6x from both sides. And that's left me with 0 over here. That's good. That's what I want. That's what I want from step 1. Now, step 2. Is it a single bracket? So I'm looking for something that appears in all the terms. So up here, we can divide everything by 2. I can't do that here. I can't divide it by 3, but what I have noticed there is an x in each term. So I can put x outside of the bracket. What do I times x by to get x cubed? X squared. What do I times x by to get x squared? Just an x. And what do I times x by to get minus 6x? Minus 6. Okay, so step 1, it does equal 0. Step 2, yeah, I could have used a single bracket here. I'm going to cover step 3 on the next question. Now step 4, factorising double brackets. Let's see if this does. Numbers that multiply to make minus 6. Now that tells me it's multiplying to make a negative, so I need the signs that are different. Right, numbers that make 6. 1 and 6, 2 and 3. And I'm looking to make a minus 1. When you have an x on its own, there is a hidden 1 just there. Okay, to make a minus 1, I need to do 2 take away 3. 2 take away 3. Now it's factorised and I'm ready to solve. So, like last time, I'm going to take the bit out the front, put it equal to 0. Now that can make sense. Up here, 2 could not equal 0. But here, x can equal 0. And I now do the same to the two brackets as well. And I get my two answers from these two. So this question actually ends up, and it's because it started off with a cube, I have 3 answers. Now I want to talk to you about step 3. Let's move this up here. Step 3, this is what is known as a difference of two squares. Difference, because if you want to work out the difference between two things, you always subtract. If I want the difference between 10 and 8, I do 10 take away 8, it's 2. And the two things must be squares. Well, x squared is certainly a square number, and 25 is a square number. Now, the reason these are special, they're not as easy to spot, but you need to try and look for them. That's why it's step 3, not step 4. Is it a difference of two squares? Now, what's special about these? If I have two brackets, and the only thing that's different to them are the signs in the brackets, when I multiply this out using FOIL, the middle two terms cancel out, leaving you with the first two multiplied and the last two multiplied. If you can spot that something's a difference of two squares like this, you can see that if you square root the first term, put it in each bracket, square root the second, and have two different signs, that is how you factorize. And it makes sense the signs are different because we're multiplying to get a negative number, which means different signs. So this is a difference of a square and a square. So this tells me that the square root of x squared is x. I need two different signs. And the square root of 25 is 5 and 5. So that gives me x plus 5 equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0. So x equals minus 5 and x equals 5. I'm going to do a few more of these difference of two squares to make sure you're happy. Now, x squared minus 64. There's a difference because you're subtracting. Is this a square? Yes. Is this a square? Yes. So, x, one is plus, one is minus, and the square root of 64 is 8 and 8. So x plus 8 equals 0. X minus 8 equals 0. So x equals minus 8 and x equals 8. All right, let's put a few extra twists in just to finish this off. Okay. Does it equal 0? Yes. Is it a single bracket? Well, 4 doesn't go into 9. There's not an x in both terms, so no. Is it a difference of two squares? Yes. 9 is definitely a square number. X squared is, but so is 4. So this is a difference of two squares. So, square rooting this. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of x squared is x. So each bracket starts with a 2x and a 2x. Signs are different. And the square root of 9 is 3. Now this one's a little bit trickier now to solve. So I've got 2x plus 3 is 0. So I'm going to do this one a bit more slowly. I know 2x is minus 3 because I'm taking away 3 both sides. And then I'm going to divide it by 2. This is why you need to do that step every time, because it's not just some people jump here and go automatically change the sign. It doesn't always happen that way. I'm just now going to do that with the next one. add 3 to both sides, and then divide by 2. And there we go, our 2 answers. All right, are you ready for the last one? All right, step 1, does it equal 0? No. Okay, that's where the x squared is. I like that to be positive. So I'm going to take away 27x from both sides. Oh, apologies, there is a miswrite on this one. This power should be cubed. That's correct. That's it. All right then. Does it equal 0? Yes. Can we use a single bracket? Definitely. First of all, I've noticed 3 and 27 can both be divided by 3. I've also noticed x and x, so there's an x in both terms. And that, I take out everything I can. Okay, what do I times 3x by to get 3x cubed? Well, I just need another x squared. What do I multiply 3x by to get 27x? I just need to times that by 9. Okay, make sure equation equals 0. Is it single bracket? I've done that. Now I'm going to check is here. Is this a difference of 2 squares? Yes, it is. Difference, square and square. So I square root each term, but each bracket has a different sign. Now, just like we did on the previous example, all 3 sections equal 0. 3x equals 0. X plus 3 equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0. So this one, divide both sides by 3. Yep, x equals 0. Take away 3 from both sides, and this one I'm going to add 3 to both sides. And again, just like up here, because it was a cubic to start with, I get